Ladies and gents, I am absolutely gassed. Mohammed Kudus is going to be a Tottenham player. Those West Ham fans down the road are going to be absolutely fuming. Fabrizio Romano has said those famous three words. Here we go. Mohammed Kudus is going to be a Tottenham player for about £55 million. And it looks like Wissa, should I say, at Brentford could be next. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Third upload of the day, trying to get the most transfer news out there to you guys as I possibly can. Liverpool update first thing in the morning. Make sure you go down, hit that subscribe button as well. 90%. Yes, I'm looking at you right now. You go down, hit that subscribe button, let me know your thoughts. That would be absolutely glorious. Fabrizio Romano has made my day. I am so happy. One, Mohammed Kudus has rejected a move to Chelsea. 2, we're signing West Ham's most valuable player. 3, he can play left wing, he can play right wing, he can play in a cam, he can play as a false 9. 4, he's got Champions League experience. And 5, Thomas Frank is our gaffer. He's going to get the absolute most out of this guy. Trust me on that. But I want to bring up Fabrizio Romano's tweet from earlier today. He come out and said, Tottenham keep advancing in talks with Mohammed Kudus as negotiations continue between all parties involved. Kudus wants Spurs as absolute priority. As reported over the weekend, he has agreed personal terms. I honestly think he is going to be so good for us, man. So good. I want him to score at the London Stadium, pull out the chair, sit down in front of all their fans and just, stuff of, I live for that sort of stuff, man. And then he come out about 20 minutes ago with a little eye emoji and a green tick, hashtag THFC, just teasing us, just saying, look, guys, there's news coming. You lot need to chill out. It's going to happen, etc., etc., etc. And then come out with the big famous 3 words about 20 minutes ago saying, breaking, Mohammed Kudus to Tottenham. Here we go. Deal in place for £55 million from West Ham. Kudus only wanted Tottenham, and he will now sign a 6-year contract at Tottenham. Medical tests booked for Kudus in London on Thursday, and then all signed as David Ornstein reports. So you know now we've got to look at what David Ornstein has gone out and said. He said the following. He actually said this. He's actually tweeted the same thing out twice. I don't know why. But he said this 23 minutes ago. Tottenham Hotspur reached total agreement with West Ham United to sign Mohammed Kudus. Deal for 24-year-old West Ham forward in a region of 55 million. Medical scheduled on Thursday ahead of the Ghana international joining Tottenham on a 6-year contract. And he then tweeted the same thing. Is literally the word for word the same thing. I don't know why he's tweeted it out twice, but he has. But I don't care. I mean, Mohammed Kudus is going to be joining. Going to be joining Tottenham. I think that is absolutely fantastic news. Genuinely, I think he is going to be so damn good for us, man. You talk about a guy who's 24 years of age, a guy who has a huge amount of experience throughout his career, a guy that's played in the Champions League, a guy who in his first season had 20 plus GA for West Ham, including 13 goals. You know, a guy for me who will be a really successful player on that right-hand side, who will give massive, competition to Brennan Johnson. Fabrizio Romano has said this. Mohammed Kudus did not want to negotiate with any other club, only Spurs. Clear intentions as revealed last week, and deal done, as Kudus will become a new Tottenham player this week. And look, his first competitive game for Tottenham will be the Super Cup. If he goes out and bags a couple of goals and helps us beat PSG, he'd already be a legend in my eyes. But yeah, I think Tottenham fans should be very optimistic now about going into next season. I really do. Sammy Mokbel, who's a very credible source, come out earlier today saying Tottenham are moving for Brentford attacker Yoane Wissa, who is understood to be open to the move. Spurs are weighing up financials attached to the deal. Now, this is apparently a completely separate deal to Mohammed Kudus. Again, potentially another fantastic piece of business. A guy who scored 19 Premier League goals last season. You know, with him and Dominic Solanke rotating in the nine under Thomas Frank, if we can sell Richarlison to a team in Saudi, 30, 40 million pounds, and then you've got Johnson and Kudus rotating on the right, you've got the left-hand side is probably going to be a problem for me. I think the front three next season will be Johnson on the right, Kudus on the left, and either Wissa or Solanke. But bring this guy to Tottenham. He is a fantastic player. Absolutely fantastic. You know, 19 goals and 4 assists last year for Tottenham is a fantastic piece of business. It really, really is. You know, had a standout season last year, signed for Brentford back in 2021, has got 45 goals and 13 assists in 137 appearances. I think that is a very, very good return. That's what 58 GA in 137 playing for Brentford. Big shoes to fill. Had to replace the likes of Ivan Toney. Has got experience in the Coupe de France, the FA Cup, League One, where he got 15 GA, 140 plus GA in 343 games. You bring him in. Yes, he might be 29, and before anyone says, oh, he's too old, etc., etc. I personally believe you could quite easily get 2 or 3 solid years of him at Spurs. But that, if we bring in Mohammed Kudus and bring in Wissa and our attacking options next season are Kulusevski, Wissa, Solanke, Son, Kudus, you know, that gives us a completely different dynamic going forward. The big thing for me is the next position we need to sort out and make sure that we have absolutely ready to go is we have to make sure that number 6 is the next priority. If we can bring in a number 6 with real quality, I will be very, very, very optimistic about Tottenham this season. Our preseason is only a week or so away, where we will be playing. I believe will be our first game is actually Luton, which I think is on the 19th of July. It is on the 19th of July. So we got some really competitive games this month. We've got Arsenal to play. We've got Luton to play. We've got Reading. We've got Bayern Munich. We've got PSG. We've got Newcastle, all coming our way. And then that Super Cup game is only just over a month away. So we need to make sure that 1,000%, 1,000% that we are fit, we're ready, we are motivated to go for that Super Cup, because PSG play tonight at 8 o'clock. And, you know, it's going to be, you know, really interesting to see what happens with regards to our season. You know, our first Premier League game is on the 16th of August. Watch along for every single Tottenham game next season. I think comfortably next season, with the way we're going, the way we're performing in this transfer window, we should, fingers crossed, be challenging for top 6. Signings like Kudus for me is absolutely insane. Here we go. Now bringing Wissa, going to Brighton and maybe pick up Belieber as a number 6. He's going to cost a lot. If we can maybe get some money for our departures, Richarlison, maybe some money to Saudi for Son, you could probably get 50 million for Son in today's market, just because of the global brand that he is. He'll probably bring in a huge amount of money to them, to the clubs out in Saudi. But yeah, it's going to be a really interesting time in the transfer window. For Tottenham, you know, I can't explain to you. I'm absolutely gassed over this. I really am. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I finally got a manager that I think is going to do really good things at this football club. And yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know what you guys make of the Kudus signing. Do you think that, you know, Wissa is too old? Do you think that he can translate his form from Brentford to Tottenham? I think he's going to be a really good signing for us. 19 Premier League goals last season. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, drop a like, and I will see you all soon.